Get up! Come on, hurry! The warden is calling! Are you really going to save Nostria, as they say?
What's your angle?
You can discuss it with Warden Valber. Come out of that cell, I'll escort you.
And what if I refuse?
Let's go. You know the warden doesn't like to be kept waiting. The sooner you get to his office, the sooner you'll learn everything. I can tell you this much. It's good news for you.
I just wrote this letter. Take it to Sister Sophie. She's in Marcella, you know, and she's personally acquainted with Prim. All I stole was a single, cute little baby chick. Well, it was Illyrian. They're green. How was I supposed to know it was meant for the royal broth?
Closer. I'll whisper to you.
What is there to be frightened of?
Oh, you don't know, Counselor Montier.
I can't get any worse for you. What are you in for? Speak.
I didn't support him when he decided to take the gargoyles away from the mages. It consumes an ungodly amount of mana, you know. But the calculations I presented showed the expenses were small.
Politics is a dirty business. And you're maybe not as clean as you'd like us to think, huh? I believe that Counselor Montier stands for the common people. That's precisely why you speak ill of him.
Just wait. Damien will soon arrive and explain everything.
Who's this Damien character?
Who is he? He's the Artisanian envoy to the Crown Lands. Everyone knows of him. All right. I can stand one more month here, if I have to.
Ah, I had heard you were an Artisanian spy, but I thought it was a tall tale.
I'm a merchant, and I have the invoices to prove it, as well as letters of passage, wagons, goods.
Really? Why are you here, then? Skip out on the grain tariff, did you?
Why do I waste my words on the likes of you?
Bludgeon controls all the roads around Marcella. And what use is this Cedric of yours, huh? Who's even heard of this fool?
Anyone who's ever set foot outside Rickville, your bludgeon won't poke his nose beyond the borders of Rickville in case it's chopped off. Cedric holds the lands, from Rickville to Windyport, down to the last blade of grass.
Every mosquito is a griffin in these backwoods. And Bludgeon commands the wild folk right up to Marcella's walls.
I served time under Vitellius and Claudius. Now I'm serving time under Adrian, but it looks like this will be the last.
Did you hear what Decim said? The dwarves refused to supply us with firewood. They ran off to who knows where.
Where could they run? There's nothing but snow and hungry wolves for miles. The Batil gates guard the bottom of the mountain. No one will let them go farther than that. And the opening near Witch's Stone is being knocked down right now by Rossum's golems. It's better not to be on the wrong side of a golem's fist. We jailers are like doting nannies in comparison. A golem is a mountain of clay without a soul, without a heart. One punch and he'll shatter your bones to dust.
Golems are dangerous, no doubt. But you're new to this area, Bert. Otherwise you'd know there's another road to Rigurn. It's not in the best condition. It's lying abandoned now, and there's danger of landslides. But it's there nonetheless. I suspect that the dwarves used it to leave for Rigurn.
Your belongings are in yonder chest. Take everything or you'll freeze to death. The prison's warmer than outside, slightly. Pestilence has struck Montfetrie. you blockhead. Didn't you hear? A messenger arrived today, all the way from Marcella.
I just came up to...
Then you should know that he brought an order of release from the prince himself.
Well, well. No need to shout now.
Disturbing news, Sir Warden. Something is rotten in the state of Nostria. There's a pestilence upon the Mage Factory. Refugees from that quarter are arriving at Marcella, but aren't being allowed into the city.
I wish we could kick some of these bastard prisoners here out into the cold.
It's so peaceful and quiet here. Have you not seen the living dead yet? Best not take the air near the cemeteries around Marcella. The undead are ferocious. They rage as if something had driven them from their graves at spear point.
What are mages good for anyway? Does no one at the tower care about the situation?
Ha! Mages. Almost all of them have gone to solve the problem at the Mage Factory. However much they investigate, they cannot find a solution.
Our Rossum is of the same ilk. His excessive smarts don't seem to do him any good. Are thoughts of wine the only thing floating around that brain of yours?
Oh, but of course. Madame de Guienne maintains the highest standards. Have you ever tried a fresh vintage of Fusk? When you're in Marcella, hit the park.
So much fuss and all for what? Who the hell do you think you are, making me wreak havoc in my prison?
My name is Ivor, leader of the famous Hounds of War, if that tells you anything.
Well, well. I heard a little more than that. As Flavius the Wisecracker eloquently wrote, there's nothing new in this world. But I haven't received a letter like this in all 7 years of my tenure at Crucis. Prince Adrian orders that you be freed and sent to Marcella. Also, you won't be leaving here on foot. I was ordered to return your gold and belongings, provide you with a horse, and, let me read it aloud, allocate some of my own garrison as your personal guard. Madness!
About time.
Whether the prince is sane or not is of no consequence. I cannot disobey my liege. Bastian should have returned your money and belongings by now. If he didn't steal them himself. Quartermaster Aston will supply you with weapons. As for gold, you have plenty already. Go to Decim to collect your guards. He has a platoon of troublemakers he's wanted rid of for a long time now. He'll be glad to hand them over. I also advise you to purchase some dogs for the road. And what else did His Highness request? Ah yes, a horse. Levitt the stable boy has a soft spot for nags too old and worn down to work. I'm sure he can pick one out for you.
As you say, Warden.
Claudius's son actually turned out to have some mercy in his son. How dare you?
The Ulagi tribe. Where are the wolfskins? They used to bring us 100 at a time. Vanished as if burnt by Arik. You get everything running smooth. Everything in its place, and everything's working. A brood of vipers. When I find out who's been digging around here, I'll cut them in half. What do you need, human? A shovel, perhaps? Have you been sent to the stables, too?
No. The Warden ordered a weapon be made available for purchase. And a good one, mind you.
Oh, sacred forefathers. Why would I ever do that?
As of today, I am no longer a prisoner. Good Prince Adrian has ordered my freedom.
By Mactus's horns. This is the first time I've ever seen a human leave Crucis on their own 2 feet. If you got gold, treat yourself to something new. Go ahead. Aston didn't shortchange you on equipment. I warrant you'll survive the Albion Highlands. Go, human. May your body be as hard as flint, and your soul as clear as crystal.
Thanks for the kind words, Aston. May you be well too.
Carry on about your business.
Have the lumberjacks brought us our firewood?
No, they haven't.
What's taking them so long? What if wolves ate them, like they did with Raud? We're gonna freeze to death without fuel. Halt! What are you doing here? You're not permitted to be wandering about like a stray cat.
I'm free now. The warden said you're to provide me with an armed escort.
So, Centurion, it's true. The warden received a missive from the prince ordering the provision of a guard troop for the prisoner. Former prisoner.
Huh? Never heard of a prisoner being released. Ah, well, I believe I have some laggards and troublemakers I can spare.
Can I go too? Oh, how I miss the sunny warmth of the capital.
No, Bastian, you're not rotten enough to let go. I can still make a decent guard out of you.
Perhaps you could give me a few fighting hounds as well.
The only thing you'll be getting for free is a family of bedbugs. I spent a year training those hounds. Now, if we're talking about an exchange of gold for flesh, that's another bowl of kibble entirely. You'll get the best dogs in Nostria.
Hounds of War. Sounds familiar. Are they any good?
These recruits might not be the brightest candles at the feast, but my fighting dogs are as fierce as the warden himself. You won't regret a single gold piece spent on these animals.
Good man, even though he's a dwarf.
What's wrong with dwarves?
How did you manage to outsmart me, brother? For whom did I build this prison? Fate is a fickle. Ah, it's you. You're the one who poisoned that scoundrel Claudius. It's a real pleasure to meet you.
Actually, I didn't exactly.
Don't be modest. You did a great thing here, and history will not forget you.
You seem to have lost your mind. Can you give me a horse?
All you're asking is a horse? Just a horse? Have no worry. You'll get our best. Saddle up quickly. You've probably forgotten how to ride after half a year in a cell.
You can go now. Actually, wait.
What is it?
I wanted to warn you about sentry golems. Be wary of them once you're past New Tyrene.
Golems? What are they doing outside the prison?
The mage Rossum took them to clear a landslide. What they lack in brain, they make up in brawn. Since they don't know you've been released, they're liable to crush you. As you pass the southern ruins, find the Archer's squad commander, Ansel. The royal messenger said the squad will join you and augment your escort. I'm hoping that by the time you get there, they'll catch the marauder who's been raiding abandoned houses. Wonder why old Baron Garius didn't turn him into a chicken.
Is this Baron Garius fellow another part of my escort? It's going to be quite the circus following me around.
That's up to his magicness. I have no authority over him. Perhaps he'll decide to leave these cold, inhospitable lands for the warmth of the Mage's Tower.
Come on, mount up. I picked out the very bestest horse for you. He's calm and obedient. Stands as if he's rooted to the ground. Races like the wind is...
Can it possibly be getting cold?
It's supposed to be summer, but every season may as well be winter here.